JB from Truth Be Told. Today we got a special guest, man. One of my favorite people that I interviewed. Probably one of my favorite interviews, honestly. Well, first let me go ahead, let you introduce yourself.
Skipa, Magnolia Projects, one of the real ones. One of the last ones left.
One of the last ones standing. The reason I said it's one of my favorite interviews because I came out here. I gotta give a shout out to Johnny Boo because he really put me in your direction. He's like, you should reach out to Skipa. That'd be a good one. I'm like, man, I don't know what to ask. I see him in all the pictures, so I know he was outside, but I don't know what to ask him. He like, man, you can ask him this, that. I'm like, coming down to New Orleans, asking 2 questions. That's a lot. But I came down. We linked up before. I told you. I'm like, man, I got a couple questions. You're like, yeah, just don't even worry about it. Just ask me, and I take it from there. And you took it from there. Ended up being a classic. Ended up going viral. I seen you on other platforms and everything.
Yeah, all for that.
Yeah, all for that. Yeah, so I was like, damn, I always show love. I forgot the names of the platforms. I don't want to say the wrong name, but shout out to them. Yeah. I seen you doing your thing, man. So I'm glad to see you back. The people was asking about you, and we here. But one thing I did notice that we didn't talk about on part 1 was your upbringing. We talked about it a little bit, but the relationship that you had with your mom. Can you speak on that relationship? Because it seemed that obviously that you loved your mom a lot. Y'all went through some ups and downs. Can you just speak on the relationship you had with your mom?
Me and my mom, it was like as growing up, it was like once she got on drugs, it was rough. You know what I'm saying? But we had I was more like her little brother than anything. I can honestly say I never really had a mother. You know what I'm saying? A couple of my aunts fill that void, but as far as her, once she got on them drugs, like that shit just messed everything up. Like I said, I never had that. So
do you remember like that time or like that time range or the year that it kind of happened that you seen the transition from your mom being off drugs to when she was on drugs?
When she was off, all I know is like stories of what I was told, like, cause my grandma really raised me. We all lived in the same house, but my grandma raised. My mom was in the street. My mom was, from what I was told, was setting people up and for the dudes out the hood to rob them and knock them off and everything. But I never really had her as a mother. Never. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Never.
Got you. Is that something that you want? So you would see her around? Is that something that you used to want to build or try to get that relationship from your mom?
When I was younger, I didn't know that I was like screaming for that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, and I said that before, I begged my mama to get off. I didn't understand that it was a sickness at the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, you just using it like how people smoke weed, but I didn't realize like the type of grip that she was on crack. I didn't realize how powerful it was. But I knew, when I was young, I really felt like my mom ain't loved me or my sisters. But I didn't, it was the drugs. It took me to grow, I learned that like when I was a man, as an adult, that, I got a better understanding of what it was. But like I said, I never really felt that love from my mom.
Right. I mean, yeah, you tend to like look back and reflect on that.
Yeah.
And kind of get a better understanding. Because, I grew up without a dad, so I look back, he was on drugs. He left when I was born. And I always wanted, like, all my friends that got their dad.
Yeah.
I was always like real close with their dad. Right. I always think like maybe because I ain't have a dad type of situation. So, but yeah. So and then growing up, you were originally on the old side.
Yeah, I was on the old side. But for let me say, I ain't had no dad either.
Oh, okay.
I had three. Really, I had 3 daddies. I ain't know like who my real dad was until I got older. My mom, I remember her telling me, like when do certain ones you to come get me, she'd be like, just call him daddy, just call him daddy. But the thing with her and my real daddy, when she told me later that she told him I wasn't his. You know what I'm saying? So the dude who I was thinking was my dad, that's who I like looked at as my father. You know what I'm saying? But
damn. So how old were you when you realized who was your real dad? And did you end up having a relationship with him?
No, I ain't have no relationship with him because when I found out, I was in the streets already. So it was like, it was too late. It was like, I don't need you now. You know what I'm saying? It's too late to try to come play that father. Which my real dad, he never tried. But he knew, I think he knew that I was his. But we never had no type of relationship. But the dude that I looked at as my daddy, he wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when I was young, me feeling like you my dad and you got this other family, you know what I'm saying? You done made other kids. I got sisters and brothers I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad it was.
So when being like real young, let's just say like 10, 11, who were you didn't have, you know, your mom wasn't around, your dad wasn't around. Now you see you was raised by your grandma. It's only so much your grandma can do.
Right.
What would you do as far as like guidance? Who would you go to? You had any like big homies or anything?
You know, I got an uncle. My uncle, he was the closest thing to a father I had. Like, and my auntie Faye, my auntie Gwen, you know, I done lived with them different times. I lived with my auntie Diane, but other than that, it was the dudes that I looked up to down there. You know what I'm saying? My mama did what she can, but she was in the street. You know, even before the drugs, she was a street woman. So she raised me, you know, how she know how, you know.
And I remember you saying on like one of the interviews that you did that, you know, you used to sleep in like crack houses with your mom.
Yeah, I did. When my grandmother died, we had, my uncle was doing this thing. You know, we had moved on General Taylor for a little while. But I wanted to be with my mom. You know, he was trying to keep me from her, but you know, he's selling drugs at the same time. So, but my mom, she was living with this, and she moved in a Belmont coat. So I went and lived with her, but it was like a crack. She cooking for people, and you know, there's all kind of illegal stuff going on in there. You know, so that's where I was living at.
And how old would you say you were around that time?
Man, I think I was about probably 13, 14 years old.
And growing up in that environment, how do you think it like? That's just a rough start, you know, for a young kid. How do you think that affected you, just from that point moving forward? Did you feel like you had a way out, or you just this is all you knew?
No, not at that age. I ain't like see I had a way out till I came home from prison this time, like in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when you young like that, you just all my friends selling drugs. You know, everybody selling drugs. My mom ain't got me, you know, way different. She telling me how to do it better, and you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no a job or none of that. I never had no job till I was in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? So it was just, that was all I knew.
So what age would you say that you kind of like jumped out the porch and started selling drugs?
I started, I think when I was 12. I think when I was 12, I was slick doing it. Like, I used to steal my uncle's stuff. And me and my mom would, you know, she'd go walk and help me sell it or whatever. And yeah, so 12. But really, like 13, 14 was really when I really started to like take care of my own self, really. So
it's your mom helping you sell it. What did you learn? I mean, it's not probably the best thing, but what did you learn from your mom about the streets? Did she put you on any game?
One of the first things I learned from her was that you can't really trust nobody. My mom would beat me. My mom was the first person to beat me. You know what I'm saying? My mom would beat all them dudes. You see Gangsta be talking, my mom would beat Gangsta, Boobie, all of them, all my partners. But that's one of the first things I really learned, and she ain't tell me, she showed me, like, don't trust nobody, you know. But other than that, like, she just guided me, like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm doing something, she'll see, you know, she'll tell me, nah, don't do that like that. Or she was the one telling me, you know, keep your gun in your back pocket and, you know, things like that. And that's crazy, you know, that I think about, you know what I'm saying? But that's the type of mom I had. My mom she was one of the moms, like, let's, like, right now, if she was alive, not tell her mom I'm about to go bust this dude up or whatever. She ain't gonna be like, no, think about it. She gonna move, I'm gonna leave the back door open for you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I had.
So, being off the porch that early, and you know now, you know, you got the 6-pack thing on, you all buff, but in them pictures back in the day, you wasn't, you know, you was like a little skinny. So I can only imagine how you looked when you was like 11, 12, you selling drugs. Did you run into any problems as a youngster, or did people have like a lot of respect for like your mom to kind of leave you alone, or how did it go? I
guess, but you know, it don't really, I never had no issues when I was that young, because me and most of my friends, we jumped off the porch at the same time, you know. But probably because, like I said, everybody used to call me Paul, little boy. You know, everybody knew my mom in the project, so it probably was that. It probably was that.
And at this time, are you on the old side or the new side?
I'm on the new side.
Okay.
I'm on the new side. Well, when I was stealing my own stuff, I was on that side of the project. But I go walk with her until she finds somebody to sell whatever I done stole from my uncle too. But
Gotcha.
the new side was it.
So who would you say was your crew? Let's say from a young teen years. Who was like the first people you started hanging out with, started getting real close with?
My friend, my dude named Law. He was one of my best. Him, Red. We all lived in the same driveway. Lou, my partner, Pissy Cory. That was my. And other dude named Buck. That was my friends that I really started hanging with when we was young.
Gotcha. So how does one get the name Pissy Cory? Because you had mentioned him in the last interview. I forget it went over my head. I forgot to ask. Now you mentioned it, reminded me.
Man, that's my dude, bro. That's my brother right now still today. But he got that name. Like when we was young, he used to be Pissy.
Yeah.
He was one of them dudes. Like you know how they have somebody in every hood they got where they don't dress good, be kind of dirty or whatever, and we just start calling that when we were young, and they just still stuck.
Yeah, shout out to
Pissy Cory. Right now today, Pissy Cory, yeah.
And you mentioned some other people that I seen you in a lot of pictures with. Red, was Red? So what was your relationship with Red?
Red was like my brother. Me and Red's sister. His sister and his mom, like, I'm still tight with them people. I was about to live with them at one time. Because his mom wanted me, to come live over there when she knew, what my mom was going through or whatever. I was supposed to go live with them, but that was my dude. Me and Red was tight. All big tight.
And Red, was he killed?
Yeah, Red got killed. I was in jail when Red got killed. He was running with Gangsta and them.
Okay.
But all that stuff was going on, yeah.
And did he get shot in '94?
Yeah, he got shot in 90. Who told you about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got shot. We was around.
No Vlad.
All right, look, we was around Club Detour. That's the same club where the fight with the Melph dudes had. We was around there one night, and we walk into the car, and I still right now today I don't even know what that was about. But the dude out the Melph, he come running across the street. I'm the driver, so I'm on the driver's side, Red on the passenger side, about to get in the car. Lou right here, about to get in the car. The dude ran past me, and he just ran around. Red saw him, Red broke out running. He ran behind Red, and he shot a few times, hit Red in his ass. And that was that.
So he must have been out for Red then, if he kind of ran past you.
I swear, right, and I'm not saying it because we doing this, I still don't know what that was about.
But, I mean, you said Red got out and ran.
Yeah.
So he must have seen it coming.
Yeah, he saw it coming. He hadn't gotten the car yet.
Oh, gotcha.
He was on the passenger side. They waiting for me to open the doors,
Got you. And so you mentioned Lou. You hear his name a lot, but a lot of people don't really speak on him. What was your relationship with Lou?
I mean, we were tight. We were real tight. Lou, he was one of the dudes when he was in juvenile jail, and when I went and lived across the river for about a year, I was writing Lou. And he was, me and him had a relation to where even when we was hustling, before any of us had anything, Lou used to hold my money. And it wasn't much because I ain't have much at the time, but he was one of the ones that I trusted, man, hold my money, because I had a few situations where people were stealing from me. And like I said, at the time, I ain't really had nothing, so $200, $300, that's a loss.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? So I know it'll be saved by Doug, so Doug used to hold my money and everything.
Got you. So what was he? Was he like someone that used to get money in the project?
He was a hustler, but he had started drugging. He got on drugs around the time when Slim and all them was drugging. All them was snorting pot and stuff together. But off and on, he'll go to jail for a little while, come home, and he chilling. But Doug was always popular, among the females. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he never really had his chance.
Okay. So you speak on the drugging. Is that something you did you ever get caught up in the drugging?
Never.
What was it that like spared you or took you away?
Seeing my mama. I think that would, kind of steer me away from it. And then my grandmother was alcoholic. I tried to drink now, and anybody know me, they'll tell I can't handle 2 drinks. You know what I'm saying? But seeing that, I think that kind of would steer, man, I don't even know how to smoke weed. I'm serious, I don't even know how to smoke weed, bro. My partner, I'd be playing with them like we'd be in a club, they'll pass it to me, I'd act like I'm about to hit it and pass it to somebody else, but I never got off, I'm glad I didn't. I never got off into none of that.
So being around like your peers and they'll be they all be high or drugged up, how would they act? Like what's the difference between someone that's on heroin and someone who's like on let's say crack? Is there like a difference that you see?
Yes, indeed. Crack is a whole different animal, but the heroin, you know, for the younger dude that I knew that was on it, like it seemed like it's more of a downer. And like I told you last time, a lot of the younger dudes got on that because for the females, you know, thinking they're gonna have sex long or whatever. But I don't know. None of my partners mess with no crack when we was young.
Got you. It was just all heroin as far as with your peers.
Yeah, heroin and coke.
Coke. So now that you know you had your and Buck. So who was Buck? Because I seen him in a picture with you too. What was your relationship with Buck?
Buck is the Buck I'm talking about. He not on none of the pictures. That's the Buck on the pictures. That's Lil Buck. He from off the Avenue. He started hanging in the circle. Stone had started looking out for him, and he was sneaky wild. You know, they got people right now today will probably tell you that Buck ain't like that because they don't know. You know what I'm saying? But when he started hanging over there, he was like my little brother. He was like Doug Lou little brother. You know what I'm saying? But he was one of us. He was really, he ain't just no dude that took pictures with us. He was with us. Like.
Gotcha. And you spoke on you mentioned Solja Slim. Did you have a relationship with Solja Slim coming up?
Yeah, Slim was my. We didn't run together, but me and Slim was always cool. Like I was one of the ones with, like, when Slim write music, he had asked certain one of us to listen to it. He had let me listen to it like without the beat or whatever. And I remember he wrote the song the one about the Reeboks when he talked about
Soldiers on my feet.
Yeah, it's that. So he rapped it to me. All of us in the store, matter of fact, and he was rapping it. I'm like, man, I don't like that shit. He like, bitch, you don't know it, you know, cause I ain't hear with the beat at the time. He just rapping it, and I'm like, man, I don't like that shit. Like, bitch, you don't even know what you listen to. You gotta hear it with the beat. But he think we don't hear what you hear. You know what I'm saying? You know the beat and all that there, but when he put the beat to it and he brought it back and he played it again for us, and I'm like, yeah, that bitch. Now he like, this is the same song. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And speaking of though, he actually name dropped you in the song.
Yeah.
Write Me, where, you know, he's talking about his baby mom. I guess it's in question. I don't know. Yeah. But he name dropped you. Did you hit that?
No. Nah. It's everybody listen.
Shout out Dana.
Yeah, Dana. Me and Dana, something like cousins. We always say we was cousins. Slim, he thought, and listen, I hope Dana don't get mad at me, but Dana messed with a few Slim partners. You know what I'm saying? So we never knew he was kind of like in his feelings behind Dana. You know what I'm saying? But I never messed with it. He done saw me with her. Like, we'd be walking around, I'd be hugging her, but it was always on some cool stuff. You know, and he done seen me a few times, you know, and he probably just in his mind thinking, and I told him no. He asked me before, man, you hit? And I'm like, nah, man, she cool, you know. But nah.
So when you heard your name mentioned, how did you take it?
I wasn't on that.
On the song, yeah, the right.
Nah, I talked to him about that, but he didn't believe it. He didn't believe me, so you know, it was like no matter what I said, his mind was made up that I had messed with Dana like that. But I told him, like, bro, I never. You know, and my mom used to tell him, like, that's his cousin, you know, we used to say we was cousins or whatever, but never, it never, I never even looked at her. I used to mess with one of her friends, but I never looked at Dana like that.
Okay. And so did Slim used to be did he like to be called a rapper?
Hell no. Because you got to realize, like, and I tell dudes all the time, Slim was really one of the ones, like, he with all that. You know what I'm saying? And they had a situation one time where Sterling, we was in the house, and Slim, we were about to go take care of something. And let me tell you everything. Yeah, so they had a situation where we were sitting on these dudes, one of these dudes that we was into it with some younger dudes. And so we sitting on them, and we waited for them while we seen them, but we couldn't get to them because they had a lot of kids out there where they used to hang at, like around this little store. So we could never get to, we just got tired of waiting, so we left. Later that day, the van that they was in, they came pull up in a project. But whoever they had driving, he didn't know what he was doing. All us sitting in the circle. The dude they pull up, it's the circle, and then they got a driveway, you could call it a long driveway. They pull up in the driveway, so we probably like a half a block away from him. When the van pull up, the dude that's driving, he slammed on brakes. The dude, they got the door open already. So when he slammed on brakes, it made the door close. You can see the dude got the gun sticking out the bag, the seat of the van. You had the slide doors. It slammed and it hit the gun. So when he slammed on brakes, it made all us, like we paid attention. Now Sterling walking up the coat at the time. So it scared him too. So Sterling broke out running to walk back towards his house. All us went upstairs. The dude hollered, "Man, pull off." So they left, but we knew who it was. We saw the van earlier that day. We were sitting on, right? So we about to go around it, but we didn't have no car at the time. So we go in the house, getting all the Sterling come run up there. He like, "Man, where that was?" We telling him, "No, that's Lip Boys." Sterling, and we kind of looked at them like, we call y'all for the older dudes or whatever, but we got it, you good. He like, "Nah, I'm coming." But he mad because he had to run. He feel played because he had to run. So we in there, we getting all the guns together. Slim come walking up there. Slim come upstairs, and he like, "Man, what's up? What happened? What's going on?" So we tell him that we about to go handle something. Slim like, "I'm coming." Now, the way we in my mama's bedroom, we used to have all the guns under her mattress. So when you walk in the room, I'm on this side of the bed. I'm facing the door. Slim facing me, but Sterling got his back to Slim. So Slim can't see Sterling's face. So Sterling say, "Nah, man, we good." He like, "Man, you a rapper, man. We got this." So we decided that all of us knew Slim gonna get mad, so everybody trying to hold their laughing, but Sterling just messing with him. So I'm on the other side of the bed. I'm lowering my thing up, but I'm trying not to look up and I know he mad. So he come on the side of Sterling, and he looking like he trying to see if Sterling's serious or not. So he looking at Sterling's face, but Sterling ain't no goofy. He can hold his laugh in. So he looking. Everybody never said that nigga Slim when he said, "Bitch, I ain't no fucking rapper. So I'm a fucking gangster. I've been out of jail." He going off. But at the time, so we like, "Man, fuck it, come on, let's go." So we about to go walk around there. We ain't had no more assault rifles left. We only had one gun left in the house, and it was 357. So all the ones that's going, all of us got assault rifle, Mag 9, SKS and shit like that. But Slim thinking we lying. He thinking we just don't want him to come. We telling him, "Bro, they ain't got no more guns." So he found the 357, and he like, "I'm coming." The gun had about 2 bullets in that picture. So look, we go walk around there. It's like 4 blocks from the project. We go walk around there. We walk all through the little areas. We ain't see nobody. On our way back, and this what I'm about to tell you about. This what made me look at Sterling a little different. On our way back to the project, the police come. We see the lights, but they ain't got the sirens on. We like by Amelia and Ferret. As we walking up Amelia, the police car come. They just got the lights on. They don't have they ain't making a noise. So all us we stopped. We stood on the side of the van. They turn right where we at. They turn on Amelia or Ferret. Turn right where we at. So they got a van right here, and they got like a truck. So when they stop, they turn. Then they stopped again. But the front of their car even with the van. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They can't really see us, but in our afters, although we think about it, we know they saw us. So when they stop, I get behind the van. I ain't gonna lie, I get behind the van like I'm ready to run. I'm ready to drop my gun and run and all this shit here. So Sterling go get in between the car and the van, and he just, he's standing right there. So soon as he did that, Doug Lou went stood next to him. When Doug Lou did, everybody else came around, we got to, you know what I'm saying? Even if you ain't really built like this, you got to go at this time or whatever you did. So they just sit there like a few seconds, Sterling just stand there, Doug Lou, everybody else, all us, we just waiting to see what they gonna do. They pull off. When they pull off, we made it to the project. We go inside, and Slim asked Sterling, was he, Sterling like, yeah, he said, "Man, I'm tired of running." He said, "I don't feel like running."
So Slim asked him, was he ready to pretty much shoot it out with the cops?
He said he didn't feel like running. And I'm just like, I'm in my mind, I'm like, this bitch crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because, most people, I don't care how about that you is, most dudes, when the, situations like that, you're going to, try to get away. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, from that point on, that's when I kind of, looked at Sterling different, bro.
But you said Doug Lou lined up next to him.
Yeah, soon as Sterling went, Doug Lou went stood right next to him. Doug Lou was about, he was about his business. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. Everybody that hung around there, you got to be, because you got to go. You know what I'm saying? You got to go. And when Stone first got out of jail, that was one thing he said. Like, he told all them certain dudes they couldn't hang around there. And that was before all this hot boy shit even formed, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people got weeded out.
So what did you and Slim do? Y'all stayed behind the van?
No, we all us.
Oh, y'all all lined up.
Yeah, all us lined up. Yeah.
Oh, so y'all always
went in different spots. Yeah, some of us went by the back of the van because the police car was like even with the van.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all it took for Sterling to get started, and you know, we ain't had no choice.
Gotcha.
We had no choice.
Damn. So I mean, from that point on, you looked at Sterling different.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably looked at Slim different. Like maybe he not a rapper because he was
I
back
already
there.
knew.
Yeah.
Man, I know Slim. I tell dudes all the time, Slim was not, you know, before that, you know, he just a street dude that knew how to rap. And that's just facts. Slim was not just no rapper, like, you know what I'm saying? He'll tell you, man, he'll tell you I'm a gangster. You probably heard him say that on a lot, and he mean it. And he was really, you know, doing that. Slim was getting in shootouts and doing all kind of stuff. I know you done heard some stuff about, you know, Slim got down.
Yeah,
Slim
definitely.
got down for real.
And you were there to witness it, or not witness it, but you can stamp it though, saying, you know, yeah.
Yeah, I say it all, bro, because they had a dude at our hood. He was like saying, man, Slim wasn't do like that. And it's like how dudes be, bro. If they don't know your work, you know, they'll kind of say that. Well, how you gonna say that if you just say you wasn't there? You don't know. You never ran with him. You know what I'm saying? Dude, he was like that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you hear it all in the music. It's no doubt in my mind that, you know, it wasn't authentic. You know, you can tell. You know, Slim matches his lyrics. And then you got people like you and other people that stamp it as well. So, you know, rest in peace, Solja Slim. But you mentioned Sterling and how you looked at him different. But before I get on that, you said Stone came home. He was pretty much running people. Anybody that was soft, it sounded like.
Yeah.
It's like he came home with a. Go ahead.
No, when I didn't know Stone. All us, I met Stone in '93. I didn't know Stone before then because I didn't grow up on that side of the project. Any older than me. But my first time seeing Stone, he was talking to my mom. I had just came outside. Him and my mom were talking. I walked up. I went and sat on the porch. He come over there. He come talking to me like, man, look. He said, that what he said. He said, it'll be me and you. And he said, Douglas, he named a few other names. He said, everybody else, they got the good. They ain't about they got the good. They ain't hustling around here. And then my mom, I'm saying, man, who the fuck is you? Because I don't even know him at the time. And I'm like, man, who the fuck your boy is? But then Douglas Lou came around and he was telling me, he said, man, that's Stone. He used to call him, I forgot they had some name they was calling him when they was in Skipa or whatever. And I'm like, I said, well, all right. But, you know, and he like a few dudes, he told, man, y'all can't hustle around here. And niggas got the fuck.
Was he like big in stature back then too?
Yeah,
big.
He came home diesel, you know what I'm saying? Swole, big old tall, nigga knuckles all fucked up and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just him.
So he came home and it seemed like he was trying to make Magnolia just keep like the thorough ones around.
Yeah, right, exactly. Especially in that area, you know, in the circle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And nobody tried to combat that or like, man, I'm still hustling right here. I don't care what Stone talking about. Nah, you just go ahead.
They ain't gonna get knocked out.
Yeah.
You know, Stone, I was hearing about Stone before I met him. You know what I'm saying? Knocking dudes out and all that. So you don't want to get knocked out. They got just a big old project. You go hustle somewhere else.
For sure. So now you said you looked at Sterling different. So you know let's say the original 4 hot boys. You got Sterling, Doney, and Mosquito, and Gangsta.
Yeah.
Out of those 4. Which one would you say that you had the most respect for?
It got to be out those 4.
The original 4. I mean, who else you got in mind?
I had the most respect for Stone. I think
Stone,
all of us did.
Okay.
I think all of us, because Stone, like I told you, it have been situations where, like I said, none of us really had no money. Like this 93, 94 around that time, none of us really had no money except Stone. You know what I'm saying? So, and it have been times. And I know I done had a situation where I wanted to hit a little lick off, you know, somebody he was messing with, and he'd be like, no. And him saying don't mess with it was enough. And I know Gangsta been in that situation too with him. You know what I'm saying? Where Gangsta wanted to jack one of his people, and someone would be like, nah, don't mess with that or whatever, and nigga just wouldn't. Anybody else, and you hurting, you know, they gotta get got. But yeah, but out of them 4, I say I got love for all of them. I had love for all of them, but I had to say Sterling, bro. I had to say Sterling. Sterling kind of, kind of took me under his wing in a way, and you know, people was thinking like he was crashing me out. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like that. Like, you know, he saw I was a little younger dude, a little cooler dude that was, and he knew all about my business. And you to take me with him, you know, sometimes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time and you saw I look like a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I went with him in the Iberville one day. And one of the dudes, a monster, out of Iberville, they talking. And soon the dude walked up, the dude told him, man, what you doing with that little boy with you? You know, and Sterling said, man, that ain't no little boy. You know what I'm saying? He like, that ain't no little boy. You know, I wasn't saying nothing. But, you know, I say it had to be Sterling, bro.
Okay, so you saying like Sterling kind of put you under his wing?
Kind of, yeah. You know, yeah. He was schooling me on a lot for that side of the game. You know what I'm saying? He could talk to me a lot.
Got you.
You know?
Would you say he was, because I did an interview with Gangsta. Gangsta pretty much broke down each hot boy. He said Sterling was the most aggressive and the most like hot-headed. Could you agree to that?
Yeah. I agree with that. But he was high-headed in a different way. Doney was the most the loudest. Like I think Doney probably was the more aggressive. It was different. Sterling one of the ones, he ain't gonna do too much talking. You might have never hear Sterling raise his voice. Doney gonna make a lot of noise and man, fuck that, and you know, he more animated than Sterling. Sterling would be like just laid back, you know, just watching you. You know, he'll be, you know, he might be fussing with you, but he whispering, bitch ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? That's just how but probably Sterling.
So you said y'all was in the Iberville, and that's eventually where he unfortunately got killed.
Yeah.
Do you remember the day that you heard the news?
Not really, because I was in jail, but no, not really.
But like, do you remember how it made you feel to know that you know somebody?
Yeah, I was messed up, bro. I was messed up, cause like I said, he was kind of dude I kind of had started looking up to. You know, by him taking me with him, you know, different places and you know doing this shit. But yeah, I was hurt about. Like I'd be hurt behind any one of them. You know what I'm saying? But that one kind of, yeah.
I mean, it's on the internet as far as who allegedly killed him.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear of him before all this came out?
I heard of him, but I never. I know dude.
Okay.
Me and him, I'm talking about since we done bought each other drinks, we done talked in there, but I didn't know at the time. I didn't know he was that skip. You know what I'm saying? Cause in my mind, it's the dude from out of Iberville. So I never thought that it was him. But me and homie, like we, you know, mutual respect for each other, you know, and that shit old. You know what I'm saying? Nigga don't be on that no. Nigga don't.
Yeah, when he first hit the scene, he said he shut down the Noya for 45 days.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Noya being shut down? I'm asking this question not to stare nothing up, you know, shout out to Skip and all that, but
he ain't tripping, but I had talked, me and him talked after he did the interview. You know, he called me. I didn't know who he was, cause matter of fact, he texted me. You know, and I'm like, who this is? He like, Ripper, and I'm like, you got the right number? I didn't know it was him. I know him as Skip. He like, this Ripper. I'm like, you know, you got the right number. You know what you're looking for. He said, this Skipa. I'm like, yeah. So he called me, and I'm like, who this is? He said, man, there's Skip. I'm like, oh, what's up? So we talked about the interview and, you know, little shit, you know, and it wasn't nothing, you know, just like I said, mutual respect, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And one thing I know that's when he kind of first hit the scene, but whether he shut the Noya down or not, but he has to know that these people take everything literal.
Yeah.
So like 45 days, they really think you shut it down for 45 days. You could have shut it down for one day, the day they came back there and shot it up, whatever the case may be. But they take everything literal. Yeah. So that was just a rough start for him.
It was funny.
Yeah.
He like, man, I ain't mean that like that. Cause I'm like, ain't nobody that bad when you can just shut the whole fight. But he didn't mean it like that.
Right. Good dude though. I mean, I ain't met him, but hopefully one day, you know, I'll sit down with him. But going back to the Hot Boys, what's your current relationship with Gangsta?
Me and Gangsta good. We good. I don't have no issue with him or, you know, nothing he be. You know what I'm saying? Me and Gangsta good. He used to call me a lot, you know, on certain stuff, but we good. Okay. I don't have no issue with him.
for sure. And you know, I just did an interview with him. Excuse me. And we were talking about how it wasn't the Magnolia versus the Calio. It was just him, Blabba, and Hot versus the Calio. He said a lot of people fell back. Would you agree to that?
Bro, listen. When me and Doney was in jail together, we was on the tier together, and I told him we used to be calling him. I never knew that. In my mind, it was the Magnolia against the Calio. I didn't find out till later that, you know, it was them three against, you know, the whichever group of dudes out the Calio that was. But right now, I don't know what happened or why certain dudes wasn't like fucking with him. Cause I could honestly, if I was home, I know for a fact I'd have been in there. You know, if Doney was home, I know for a fact he'd have been in it. Now, what happened? Why the hood wasn't really messing with it or with him? You know, I right now today I don't know, and I never talked to him about it. I never talked to nobody else out the hood about it, and I kind of figured it was probably behind whatever the issue him and Stone had, because you know, only ones I think for the hot boys that was home was probably Minyard, and Minyard was like more of Stone Road though. So if Gangsta and Stone had the issue, I know Minyard, you know, wouldn't have messed with it. But if everything was like how it was, you know, everybody would have been in it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know what happened.
So what was an answer if you can or if you want? What was Stone and Gangsta issue at the time?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I really don't know what happened. From with me, he and Gangsta, I think Gangsta had stole something from Stone or something, and they had a little situation. Stone supposedly had set his truck on fire. And this all what I heard.
Right.
Stone supposedly had set Gangsta truck on fire, but you know, with that situation, I don't know what happened because I was in jail for that. Right. I don't know what happened.
And you said you and Doney was in jail at the time. Did y'all hear while y'all was locked up what was going on in the street as far as them going to war?
What, with the Cali?
Yeah.
Yeah, we was hearing everything. Me and Doney we talk every time we talked to Gangsta, we were talking about it. Cause doing it, you know, like I told, doing it real animated, and he was like, man, I wish I was home. He was saying that every time, man, I wish I was home. Bitch ass nigga. And he was mad at the hood. Cause he felt like how I felt the same way, like it's supposed to be the Magnolia against the Calio. And doing it was mad at them because he like, why the fuck ain't none of them niggas, you know, going out there with him? You know what I'm saying? Because he felt like they jumping them. That's how he used to say, man, they letting the Calio jump that, man. Them bitch ass niggas ain't going out there. And, you know, so he was just like on some shit. And, you know, like I said, when certain, if he was home, not saying that like they would have been up on the scoreboard or whatever, but I know he would have been in it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, with certain dudes, like with me, if I would have been home and I would have been in that, it might be dudes that don't mess with Gangsta, but they'll be like, well, Skip, you messing with, I'm going out there behind you, but I don't fuck with Gangsta. And it's the same way we're doing it. If he would have been home, it's certain dudes I know from the 17th that he rocked with, you know, that does gunners or whatever, you know what I'm saying, they'd have been in it, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know why it was like that with him.
So by the time you came home, that was all over?
Yeah, it was over.
So were you home for the the Humbra video shoot?
No.
You wasn't home for that?
I was locked up.
Okay. Did you have a relationship with anybody outside of like the project, like anybody, like a close relationship with anybody outside the project, like a different project?
I had a relationship with one of the Gotti boys.
Okay.
Dude named Onk. Man, that's my dude. Like, me and this dude, I just slept in this dude's house and shit. He grew up in our project. But, you know, all the people from Melph, they ended up moving back there. But this how I knew when I came home in 99, this, you know, let me tell you how dudes be when you go to jail. However shit be when you, like, say the year you went to jail, when you come home, depending how long it is, you kind of still be in that mentality. So when I went to jail, you know, we was added with the Melph. When I came home, Onk, his name Onk, dude named Onk out of Melph, he reached out to me. He got in touch with me. He like, man, where you at? He said, I want to take you shopping. But in my mind, bitch, you trying to set me up. That's what I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? So, but I told Mignon and I told a few other people, I said, man, look, because I'm hurting right at the time, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm hearing he on, so I'm like, I'm about to try to fuck with him. I told him, I said, brother, if something happened to me, Onk did it or whatever. Onk come pick me up. I remember this like yesterday. He was in a white Galant, I think it was a rental car. And when he came, we went straight to the mall. He bought me like 3-4 pair of tennis, bought me some jeans, some shirts. So when we leave, it was Macy's at the time. When we leave, instead of him, when we get off the bridge, instead of him going to the Magnolia, he turned Martin Luther King heading to the Melph. So when he did that, I hurry up and I unlocked the door. No, I'm serious, I unlocked the door, because I'm like, I said, man, where the fuck you going there? Now I'm really getting nervous. I'm like, man, where the fuck you going? He like, Ski, you good? He kept saying, bro, you good, bro. And I'm like, dog. I said, bro, don't bring me in that project, bro. I'm ready to jump out this motherfucking roll in the street or something, you heard me? So I'm like, man, don't bring me in that project, bro. This nigga, all he kept saying, bro, you good, bro. You good. And nigga pulling the project. JB, I ain't lying. Dog, I'm in a car. I ain't got no gun. I ain't got a stick pin. I got the door open. I'm watching. This is all I'm doing. I'm watching around myself, but I can see some of the guided boys, right? I know them dudes. I know a good little bit of them. I got the door open, so his brother Hylas, all of us grew up together. You know, they come walking toward the car. He come over there, he don't laugh, he thinking this shit funny, bitch, I'm scared to death back here. They come walking towards the car. You know, Hylas come give me that. Be like, man, I love you, bro. I'm like, man, I love you too. But that bitch, I'll say anything so y'all don't fuck with me right now, you heard me? So, Hylas come and go in his pocket, he give me like $250. Dude roll out the Melph. He one of the guys that bought him, TC, all of them. They come walking up to him, I give him all dab and shit. And, you know, always tell him that shit over. And like, man, that nigga ain't on that no more, blah, blah, blah. Gave me $4 and he dropped me back off on the project. And that day, that's when I knew. I'm like, yeah, that's like shit done changed. Like,
right.
Yeah.
So how long was you locked up for it to change? Like, because, you know.
4 years. I had done 4 years.
Oh, 4 years.
Yeah.
And how did it start, though, as far as the between Magnolia and the.
Man, say, bro, Gangsta said it was something behind somebody had supposed to hit one of them out something, but I don't know. I really don't know what it was about. It's just that once we became, when Stone had us on this, you know, it's us against whoever, this family shit. So it's like, we all inherited each other beef, whatever beef, you know. So it's, you know, if you beef with somebody, we all beefing with them, you know what I'm saying? So that's how that kept. But once I was there when the fight happened. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't even know what that was about.
At the club.
Yeah, and we was in detail.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then that's when that's the Solja Slim lyrics when he spoke about Boobie Black.
Yeah.
That night.
Yeah.
Can you run us what happened that night after the fight?
Man, after the fight, we go on a project. Now, like I say, I'm not saying that them dudes wasn't about their business, but I feel like the team we had was more ignorant. Like we was more known for that. None of us wasn't really getting no money at the time. So we go in a project, Sterling on fire. You heard me? This my first time hearing Sterling talk loud. He out there, man, we about to go back. He hollering and everything. So he was so mad, he went with them to go steal a car because they was going to steal some car. Sterling never do that. This how anxious he was to he won't get back there.
Because of the fight.
Because of the fight, yeah. He amped up. He ain't go mode. You know what I'm saying? So all us we putting guns here and there, but all the guns was in my mama's house. We had put in across the court on the first floor. We had put a Mag9 in that hallway. But we ain't thinking, ain't nothing in our mind to tell us them niggas about to come back here. We just wasn't thinking that. So we waiting for them to come back with the cars and shit, and we just having to look, and we see them dudes, they walking up the court. They walking, it's like probably about 7 of them, I think. They walking up the court. You know, so nigga ain't really panic at first, but we just looking. And as they got close, and they're like, man, that must be them niggas. So me, Logger, and Doney ran in this hallway, all us trying to, Logger wasn't with us with that shit. Mm-hmm. He just happened to be out there that night, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All us ran in the hallway, all us trying to get to the gun. Logger grabbed the gun. I tried to grab it out his hand first. I'm like, man, give me the gun. So he kept saying, he said, bitch, I got this, I got it. So Doney like, man, give me the gun, you ain't gon', you know, but he ain't want. Skipa upstairs where all the guns at. He the only one over there by my mama. Skipa started shooting first. When they made it to our circle, Skipa started shooting first, blah blah blah. So when they shot up there, Logger jumped out the hallway. And, you know, he went to hitting at him. And when they started shooting at Logger, he jumped back in. So all us we trapped right there. The bullets, they tore the lid, the door up. Because we got our back to this door and they shooting from this angle, so it's hitting the door right here. You can hear it hitting the fucking, you know what I'm saying? So we in that bitch stuck. So whichever way they start shooting, Skipa popped out, he started shooting again. but we trapped in the hallway. He kept them, but they wasn't trying to get up on us, like, cause they wasn't walking towards. They just stand in a circle, they'll shoot a little bit, shoot up there, shoot a little bit, shoot up there, and Lord would jump out every now and then, and would have hit them a few times, just enough to keep them off, and then they left, and that was the end of that.
And and that was the I remember you shared that story in the first one, but so Mosquito, what was your relationship with Mosquito?
Man, I ain't like Mosquito.
Yeah,
when we was younger. When we got older, we was good. Man, when I first met Mosquito, we was in junior high school. He probably wasn't even much in school, but he was he was in the building. Him and Gangsta walked, and we'll call it gang. I think we'll call him TW or some shit at the time. He had a TW that goes or some shit. But they walk, and you remember when you're a younger dude, you walk behind, slap you on your ear. Skeeter slapped me on my ear. I hated that dude. I turned around, I pushed him. Cause I ain't no bitch. I ain't one of them scary dudes, even in school, man. Don't play me. So when I pushed him, Gangsta, guy between, like, man, hold on, be like, man, that's little Ski, man, he cool, some shit like that. And that was it.
Did he know you though to do that?
No, he didn't know me.
He just did it
He just did it. You do that to dudes you think scary.
Right.
And, that's why I turned around and put him like, man, I ain't scary, bitch. Fuck wrong with you? Yeah, when we got older, we was cool, but yeah, me and Skipa was good.
Did y'all ever talk about that and laugh about it when y'all got older?
No, we never talked about that. But
okay.
Come on, we all got in the street. Everybody knew, what everybody. We never talked about that. We never talked about that.
So it was someone else you had a relationship with, Double Crosser.
Yeah.
Him and Mosquito got into it. What was that about, and what can you speak about that situation? How did it end?
First, Gangsta told you about that?
Gangsta, he had an episode on it. And honestly, somebody sent me a question about that, told me to ask you about it.
Yeah, they did. They got into it. This was the thing. Skeeter had a hustle. He probably guess he ain't had nobody to do it with him, so he got Duck was always a jack artist, right? So he told Duck about it.
Duck being Double Crosser.
Yeah, Duck is Double Crosser. Yeah. So when he told Cross about it, they were supposed to say like today Sunday they supposed to go do it Tuesday. Duck went Monday and done it by himself. So Skeeter, he felt some type when Duck ain't give him nothing. You know what I'm saying? So when they talk, Skeeter pulled off an old trick on Duck to where you fake like you dropped something. So I don't know what it was. He fake like he dropped something. So when Duck went down to pick it up for him, Skeeter tried to hit him in the head.
Damn.
Yeah. So Duck. So I don't know if Skeeter just missed, but he hit Duck in the neck. He hit Duck in his neck. Duck broke out, running, pulled his gun out, shot a few times, they shot at each other. That was the end of that. Right? So that was that situation. So I didn't know nothing about this. Okay. I had went to jail for a month or some shit like that. When I came home, this shit didn't happen already. So they had a DJ. I had just got out of jail. It's on Washington and Clara. I come walk out there, I see Skeeter and them, they leaning on the car. I don't know about the situation. I still don't know about it at the time. So I walk up to him, we give each other a dap or whatever. And he like, man, he said, bitch, I need you to handle something for me. So I'm like, what? He said, man, I need you to get that Duck for me. He said, I can't get up on this bitch. So I'm like, I said, what Duck? So he like, man, red Duck out the circle. I'm like, man, I said, bitch, I said, but you got me fucked up. I said, I can't fuck with that. That's, dude like family. I said, if he asked me to fuck with you, I said, you think I'll come at you like that? So, I walked off from it. I walked off from Skeeter. I get to the circle, Duck down there. I don't know if he just felt it, but he said, Skip. He said, man, you would set me up for it. I'm like, well, man, you asked me that.
Damn.
I swear to God, I'm lying. I hope I die before we finish this interview, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, man, what made you ask me? He said, bro, I saw you. He was watching me talk to Skip.
Yeah.
He said, I saw you talk. I'm like, man, never, bro. I said, man, you ain't never got to worry about no shit like that. But that was that situation, like.
So them both being in the Magnolia, or front of Magnolia, it'll be hard for them, each of them, to kind of get up on each other?
No, you just got to catch them at the right time because, everybody know how everybody really move. He knew where Duck stayed at. You know what I'm saying? If you really, but it ain't easy. Duck ain't about that. He ain't somebody you just going to run up on and just think you just going to do him no anything. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't going to be that easy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So did they get to squash it before Mosquito was killed?
They never got squashed. They just never I think jail kind of kept them from really getting at each other. Cause that wasn't something you shot Duck already. You know, Duck wasn't gonna let that go.
Right, yeah, that's true. I mean, he tried to end him. That's crazy. It must have been a vicious lick. Duck pulled, and Mosquito feeling the type of way. But I be hearing them stories about the internal beef, the internal Magnolia beef, and all that. Ain't that like that'd be kind of hard to navigate, being that y'all in the same project and y'all got beef with somebody that's who knows the next quarter or the next block over, or whatever the case is. Is that something that you ever got? Did you ever have any internal Magnolia beef?
Yeah, with an older dude, but I never it never really went nowhere, and it was some dumb shit. Like I went this dude, that dude named Pookie from all the he out the LD. I was messing with his cousin at the time. I went over there one day, but I didn't even know dude. I never knew dude. So when we leaving, when me and Ray went over there, matter of fact. So when we left, he was talking to, I don't want to say home, he was talking to another older dude out the project. But he telling dude, he said, man, niggas better stay from over here before I buzz one of them up or whatever, some shit like that. Dude come told me. He told me. He said he knew me and he knew Ray. So I'm like, man, what the fuck? You know? It was never no issue. Like, and I tried to get that dude. One day, me and my partner, Lil Buck, the one I'm talking about, you hang with us. Me and him, Buck came with me over there. We went to try to go get at him one day, and Buck went to go peep at the cut to see if dude was around there or whatever. And somebody shot out the hallway, shot Buck in his shoulder.
Damn.
But it was, you never heard the gun sound or whatever. Nothing. Right. Cause I'm standing by the other hallway. Buck going to walk right there, and he just broke out. He dropped his gun and everything. He broke out running. Yeah, and he said, man, why you hit me? And he's running like that. I'm like, man, what you talking about? So I grabbed my gun. I went walk to the cut. I grabbed his gun, see if I see somebody. I walked up the driveway for a few seconds or whatever. I ain't see nobody. I right now I never knew where that shit came from.
Damn. Somebody was ready.
Yeah, somebody was in one of them hallways and he just shot out the hallway, hit him dead in the shoulder.
So it started over you messing with his little cousin?
Yeah, for whatever they knew we was wild at the time. But for him to just say that and like you ain't no reason. We wasn't over there on none of that. You know what I'm saying?
So how did y'all end up squashing it?
No, dude wound up getting somebody murdered him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We never squashed it. We never really shot at each other, nothing. But I hunted for him, a couple of times or whatever.
But like looking back, I mean, back then, you was in a different mind frame. But like looking back, does it appear to be like kind of crazy beefing with somebody within the same project?
Yeah,
because you got to move a whole like different way now.
Yeah. I always felt that shit was stupid. I hated for dudes out the hood to get into it. Just like when I was hearing about the shit about Gangsta and Stone, I'm like, man, they tripping, man. I just felt like certain shit ain't supposed to happen.
And you actually put them on the phone together to squash the beef.
Yeah.
Take me through that conversation or how that came about.
I walked off. I put them on, you know what I'm saying? Cause both Gangsta big dog in the hood, Stone a big dog. You know what I'm saying? And and it's a lot of people that felt like whatever was going on, it was stupid. But I put them on the phone. I got out of the way. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to hear nothing what y'all talking about.
Right, that's respect. I mean, that's their business. So right. Okay, I respect that. And still on that internal beef. It was a internal beef with Gangsta, OG Boobie Black, a few other people from that side, and they were beefing with some other people in the Magnolia from the same side, but like just different sides as far as going back and forth. OG Boobie Black ended up getting shot. Were you out there that day?
I was right there.
Take me through that day.
I wanted to talk about it before, but I had waited, let Boobie, tell his thing or whatever.
Nah, because I heard it on somebody did an interview and they said that he handed you the gun or something like that. I was like, oh, Skip was out there. I didn't know that. So take me to that day.
Man, I had just came outside and the dice game. Boobie was addicted to shooting dice. Lucky too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was lucky with them dice. They shooting dice. So the game had just started, like, as soon as I walked up. So Boobie walked up to me like, Skip, what you about to do? I said, I was about to go to the mall to go get some tennis. He like, man, why's my bag for me? He said, I'm about to shoot dice. He handed me the gun. he was handing me the gun. I said, man, I'm about to go. So he gave the gun to my partner law. And I told him, I said, bro, you know, law, that's not a law thing. You know what I'm saying? Law a hustler, law mess with a lot, you know, females. I said, bro, I said, you might as well keep your own gun. That's not a law thing. So he said, no way, he said, you're right. He took the gun back from law. He went, you know, they went to shooting dice. So they shooting dice. I had went walk and they had Shucky, you know Shucky. Mm-hmm. I went walk to Shucky house on the other side of the court. Now, I swear, as soon as I got in there, the shots just went off. Soon as the shot stopped, I'm peeping out the window already trying to see I see people running, but I don't see Boobie on the ground. I come outside, I run, I'm like, man, what happened? So they're like, man, somebody, they said, man, somebody just killed Boobie. They thinking Boobie dead. So I ran over there. I'm like, you know, where the niggas went at? They said he went through the cut. I grabbed the gun out Boobie's hand, because he on the ground, his arm hit. But he's still, his thing, like he's still trying to squeeze or whatever. I grabbed the gun out of his hand, I ran to the cut to try to go catch the dudes. I run straight into Stone and Ski, they coming out of Stone. They didn't even know where that happened. So
well, what condition was Boobie Black in when you seen him right there? Did
he was fucked up. His arm was still attached. Mm-hmm. People lying talking about his arm got shot on, right? That's not true. He'll tell you that ain't true. His arm was attached. But when we came, I told Stone what happened. We ran over there. I went on the ground. I'm tapping his chest. I'm like, Boobie, you straight? So all he kept saying, he said, man, I'm dying. He said, I'm dying. And you can see, you know, I never got shot, so I don't know how that, you know what I'm saying? And he's just like, you know, he making him feel like he grimacing or whatever. And I'm telling him, like, bro, you good? I don't know he hit this bad. Because, you know, you can see the little blood spots. You know, bullet holes, you can see the hole where the blood, where he done been hit at and shit. But I'm like, man, you good, bro. But that was that situation up.
So and did y'all end up taking him to the hospital, or like the ambulance came, or how did that happen?
I think the ambulance came and they got him out, bro, because he was fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm beyond. I thought Boobie was gonna die, bro. Damn. And I didn't know he got hit, you know, like that bad. I didn't even know what he got hit with. I just heard the shots, you know. But he had got hit. Boobie lucky, bro. Boobie lucky to be here.
I think it was like 21 shots.
Yeah, but it was probably more shots than that, because it was two dudes shooting. You know what I'm saying? One of them had a chopper. You know, that's what he got hit with. So. And they was aiming for. They came for Boobie. I think so.
Okay. So when he went to the hospital and he survived and he came out, you know, his arm is gone and everything. And this would be probably a better question for him, but did he change it anyway, or was he?
No.
Okay.
Hell no. Man, that stupid ass nigga, bro. That's my dog. That I ain't gonna lie, bro. When he got out, once he healed up and he shook back like mentally, Boobie was worse. Boobie was just his man. Boobie got one on with 3 guns on him. You know what I'm saying? And he had to learn. And said, brother, that's why I got so much respect for him. I know what he went through. You know, Boobie was right-handed. Boobie write with his left hand better than most people write with. You know what I'm saying? He had to teach himself how to write. And Boobie, he real independent. Like, he ain't gonna let you help him with nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how he is. Like, you know, but he was worse. Boobie was really like 3 guns on him. Go and rob somebody with one arm. You know, he was a little worse, but you know. So,
did you know Boobie at a young age? Do you remember like your first time meeting him? I know Gangsta tell a story about how he was pretty much like a bully, and he used to. Do you remember Boobie from those days, or you met him a little later on?
No, I knew Boobie when I was young. I knew Boobie. I told you. I think I had told you about Boobie was showing me how to steal a motorbike. You know, I was a lift. I didn't know how to ride no fucking motorbike, but I was going with him one day. He was telling me we were going to steal a bike. We would walk all around St. Charles, the Alderman Park area and all that shit, trying to find a motorbike. Remember, he had a big ass screwdriver about that long. He telling me how to do it. You know, I won't steal. I don't even know how to ride. Know how to ride a motorbike. But I've been knowing Boobie. Been like he was one of them dudes. My mom used to be like, I don't want you with that black motherfucker. You know, some shit like that. For real. Yeah. You know, he just looked. If you seen Boobie in person?
Nah, I ain't mad at
man. With the Boobie, one of them dudes, he always mugging. Yeah. And it ain't too. If you ever see him and he looking at, that's just him. It ain't nothing personal. That's just who he is. You know what I'm saying? And he got this intimidating look. Like if you don't know him, you know, you would think he challenging you or something. You know what I'm saying? But that's just him. I've been knowing Black, man.
Yeah, shout out to Boobie, man. So going back to the Calio versus the Magnolia when you and Doney was locked up.
Yeah.
Is that when you and Doney got real close?
We were close before that. We were close before we went to jail. But we got real tight. We got tighter in jail. And then like we was already like brothers, but I don't think Boobie not Boobie, I don't think Doney really looked at me like how he looked at Sterling and Gangsta and them, you know, because I looked like a little boy. And I think it took for him to really like see me, you know, on some street shit to really have a different type of respect for me. But yeah, that was my dog. But Doney was like my brother. And I don't care what nobody doing. Doney was a real dude. Doney was a real dude. I done seen this dude, like, you know, once we got our money up, paying dudes, lawyers that was in jail, and you know what I'm saying? I seen this with my own. This ain't nothing nobody told me. I was there. You know what I'm saying? I seen him do all this.
Right. So when y'all came home and, you know, let's just say the Doney Boys thing started, we spoke on that in part one, but I wanted to ask which DB was like your favorite or someone that you kind of took under your wing? Did you have one in particular that you liked more than the rest?
Tuna. Little Tuna, guard, he dead. Guard was dead. Tuna was my favorite one. He was the one that most reminded me of myself. You know what I'm saying? He was hustling. He was trying to get his money up, and he was chill. He was laid back. You know, he ain't gonna fuck with nobody. Like, you got to fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? He the one. But Kenny Boo brother Beatty, he was my dog before he went to jail. When he went to jail, Kenny Boo was like my little brother at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and y'all still cool to this day.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kenny Boo and Beatty. They both was on the platform. I'm supposed to be getting up with Kenny Boo. He probably think I'm ducking. I ain't ducking you, Kenny, man. Slim, you know, I ain't ducking you. We gonna make it happen. Okay, so being young, you know, we hear a lot of names. Two names in particular. That's, I guess, older generation than you. Blackie Mo and Eric Maurice. Did you have a relationship with them, or did you know them personally?
I had a relationship with Eric. Mm-hmm. Blackie Mo, I see him, you know. And you gotta realize during that era, like, you know, Blackie Mo was always on the loose side of the project. When he was like really, you know, doing him and making a name for himself, making noise or whatever, I wasn't over there like that. You know, so I wasn't over there. But I had a relationship with Eric. Eric used to tell people I was his little cousin. But yeah, Eric.
And it was a sister that that just
Chinese.
Chinese,
Chinese
that just passed.
She just passed. That was like my sister. Me and her been tight since we was kids.
Yeah, I seen y'all was real close.
Yeah, that was my man dog. I swear, say, bro, that's the first. I ain't even think I could still cry, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, man? Because it was so unexpected. And like she was sick, you know, and you could prepare yourself. Because that Sunday night, I still got the messages in my phone. I was texting her. Because we used to hook up every Sunday, you know, and we'd be outside chilling. So I'm texting her, and I'll show you the messages. I'm texting her, I'm like, man, where you at? So you must be one of your little yads. You ain't come outside. She never responded. You know what I'm saying? So I'm asking her, everybody asking, man, where Chinese at? Because they used to seeing her with us. Every Sunday, damn near, she'll put me on her own Instagram or something. You know what I'm saying? We ain't know. We found out the next morning. I'm in the gym with one of her brothers, and he got a phone call, and all I heard him say, man, he said, what? And he just ran out the gym, but he ain't telling us nothing. And then the girl on my project, Tamika, she called me. She crying. I'm like, man, what happened? You know, what's wrong with you crying for? She hung up, then she called back. I'm like, man, what's up? What happened? She said, Chinese dead. I said, what? She said, yeah, she said, Chinese died. They found her in the house, blah, blah, blah. So she sent me the address. I went rolled over there. And then when I seen, man, there had people from everywhere, but this girl, people from everywhere mess with her. You know what I'm saying? Fisher Project, everywhere, you know, came around there and shit, but that shit was crazy.
Yeah, I seen, actually, Shucky the one, she DM'd me and told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she showed a lot of love to the page, speaking on her brother or whatever the case may be. So definitely rest in peace to her. And I see that she was well known, well loved, well respected, one of the originals.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to say rest in peace to her. You know, and you know,
That was Gangsta.
A lot of people was hurt. Yeah.
That was Gangsta dog.
Yeah.
Gangsta was real tight.
I seen she. I remember when he first came home.
Yeah.
She was in pictures with him.
Yeah.
They got pictures back in the day with him, Stone, Magnolia Shorty out the roof.
Right. Oh yeah.
She in the back. You kind of see her a little bit. You know it's her though.
Yeah.
So yeah, they definitely go back. Okay, so the Doney boys, right? Going back to that, and we spoke on Watt before, but who was J-Rock?
J-Rock was somebody doing him in jail. Him and doing it, they got tight when they was in jail or whatever. So when J-Rock came home, doing it brought him straight in the project. Brought him in the project. He was living with doing it for a little while. You know, till he found him a female stuff with living with doing it. J-Rock, he ain't stay home long. So when he came home, he put a little work in, and he wound up getting caught with a gun. Him and Beatty went to jail together, I think. Yeah, him and Beatty went to jail. Kenny Boo brother, they went to jail together. They went done a little fair bid for the gun and shit, and that was it. He didn't get a chance to really enjoy it too much.
Gotcha.
He was on that picture you just posted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was J-Rock in the middle.
Yeah.
Doing it, yeah.
He on a few of them.
Yeah, he on a few pictures.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to ask. I thought, so y'all weren't really that close, being that he wasn't around too long before he got locked up.
Yeah, no, when he came home, doing it brought him around. Matter of fact, my first time seeing him doing it brought him by souls. Doing told me who he was, and he said, "Man, that's our brother." And once he said that was it, you know, he got in the car with me. Doing it left, he jumped in the car with me. You know, we talking, going around, bumming the strip club, and we still tight right now to the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Where's he originally from?
He from Morgan City. He from him and Doney used to fuss all the time, cause he got this dominant, you know, personality too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Doing it, get old Morgan City ass nigga. You know, that's just black. But yeah, Rock, he a solid dude, bro. He a solid loyal, bro. Solid dude, bro.
Right. So, speaking of, I'm going back to the internal beef. With Doney, did Doney have some internal beef that led to his untimely demise? And could that have been avoided? Do you think?
Yeah, I think it could have been avoided. I know for a fact it could have been avoided, but it was like I said, bro, it was a lot going on, and I'm not gonna get too much into it. It was a lot going on, and I was like in a blind to a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like right now today, you know, shit have come up and dudes to be telling me, you know, certain the shit or whatever. Like when it wasn't. See, bro, we had it too good, bro. I'm talking about when I say the whole hood around that shit, it was so sweet for us, bro. That shit just fucked everything up, bro. It fucked everything. I'm talking about we had it good. Dudes, mamas, like tell us, look, my door gonna be open for you. Cause he a good hearted dude. He'll come by everybody in the Coldway bill. The older ladies that be out there earning the money, they be out there watching the bus for us, letting us know their doors gonna be open in case, you know, the people come, y'all need to run in, y'all can run in and all that. Bro, we had it. It was too sweet, bro. We had it too good, bro. But yeah, that shit could have been avoided, man.
But you was locked up at the time.
When he got killed?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got killed 2 weeks after I went to jail.
And if you was home, you think it would have been none of that. Yeah.
It wouldn't have happened.
Damn. So and then was one of the spots that y'all used to keep stuff, was it at Kiki spot?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your relationship with Kiki?
Kiki my dog. Kiki a fucking headache, bro. I love her to death, yeah, but Kiki will make you put in the headlock and choke out. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. I love her to death, but she done came to me a few times. She'd be like, man, I need something. I'm gonna pay you back Wednesday, and see Kiki Wednesday, and she don't say nothing, and you know. But you know that I love Kiki to death. Everybody love Kiki, bro. But she and I tell her, we told her when Chinese after that happened, when Chinese died, we told her, you know, we gonna have your number on speed dial. You gotta start slapping hoes for us. You know we need you. You know what I'm saying? She said, well, I got y'all. But that's my dog, Kiki. That's my girl.
Shout out to Kiki. So it's another picture of y'all in the early '90s. You gangsters. It's a whole group of y'all, and it's somebody that's in a wheelchair. I don't know if I'm saying his name correct. Is it Mookie Red?
Oh, Mookie.
Mookie. Okay.
Yeah, he died.
Oh, he died. So
yeah.
What? How did he get in the wheelchair?
I think he tried to rob some. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on it. But I think he had tried to rob somebody or something. That was way back. and I don't know. I think they wrestled behind the gun or some shit, and he wound up getting shot. So I think that's what happened. I ain't really 100% sure on that.
Okay.
Hot Wheel. They used to start calling them Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheel.
Yeah.
So, looking back at y'all era in the 90s, y'all did a lot. Y'all had a lot going on. Obviously, probably one of the worst times in the city. I can't say this that S word.
Statistics.
Yeah, like with the stats, it's probably one of the worst years or worst eras. Do you think that had a direct effect on what you see going on today?
Yeah, see, bro, me and some of my pop, we talk about it all. I think our generation fucked the city up. That era, like really the era a little bit before us, leading up to us, and we just fucked the rest of the way up. You know what I'm saying? See, bro, you got to realize, like, back then everything was handled with violence. It wasn't no, y'all talk about it. The fighting shit, that was over. You know what I'm saying? That shit was over, and because you gotta, it's like this. Like when I had got in the streets for as, on that level, it was like right before, it was just one or two dudes that you could think of that they was just about that, and that's that.
Right.
Like for a long time it was back Garber's day, it was Lester Duplessis, and it was Black and Moore, and Jeff Sanders and Eric Maurice, and then when it became to where it's Gangsta, like the face of the hood, it was Gangsta, but it's Gangsta got a whole team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So and it's like everybody knew that, but it was like anything go down is Gangsta name gonna get said first. They gonna say Gangsta in them. I was one of the in them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is you one of the in them, but it's Gangsta, then it's everybody else. But and then you could say, bro, let me tell you how fucked up we was, bro. They had and I'm saying it not because I'm older. I ain't look at it then. They used to come put signs up in the project, especially in the circle, because there was a lot of killing going on around there. You remember them thou shall not kill? The thing they was putting that, we was tearing that shit down and throwing it away for whatever. You just young and ignorant or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But then they had a thing, and you might want to go look this up. They had the paper came out with all the murders that happened. All the ones that year, I think 93, 94 was like the two biggest years, the number wise or whatever.
Right.
But we really had got the paper, and like we looking at the paper, and everybody looking at their work. You know what I'm saying? And, like I said, now I think about it now. I'm like, damn, we was fucked up. We really looking at the paper like, well, this is our work right here. Well, I know who did that one. You know what I'm saying? And that shit, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it was just a different time. Y'all was younger, and that's all y'all knew. I mean, unfortunately, you and a few other people, y'all was able to look back, and y'all can just look back and think about like all the messed up stuff, like that, like looking at the paper and seeing like, yeah, that's our work right there.
Right.
That was such and such work. Yeah. So, do you think that has like, how do you think that direct affect the era today? Do you think it's worse today?
Yeah, I think they worse. Cause even though we was doing all that, we was trying to get money. And these dudes, them niggas don't even much respect cameras, bro. You know what I'm saying? Back then they ain't have no cameras and no phones, the cell phone. You ain't had that to worry about.
Right.
These niggas, they know the people putting cameras on houses for free. They know the cameras be everything. They gonna do all this. They doing all this, and like I said, they don't even much respect the cameras. Like you just getting, like I done done my share of dirt, but I ain't bold enough to. Well, I say I hope I'm never in a position where I won't get at somebody that bad, but where I just touch them in the mall. You know what I'm saying? Like you might well walk the penitentiary.
Right.
It ain't. They don't. It's different, bro. I think they worse, bro.
And yeah, nowadays they got that drill rap.
Yeah.
So they putting in the raps. Yeah. It's like they gonna put in some work just to rap about it.
Right.
It's different. It's definitely different these days. I think. Well, let me ask. Like back then, it was more. Y'all had. If y'all had beef with that person, y'all go get that person, and y'all wasn't like rapping about it or.
Nah. They were rapping about it, but it on a slick. You know, they saying the names of, you know, like even when Slim made a rap about the dude turned green and purple, he didn't say no name, you know, he just talked about the situation or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They saying names now, you know.
Speaking of raps, well, people that was putting in rap, so were you home or were you out there for the day that Burger out the Melph got killed?
Yeah.
You was out there?
I was out there.
Okay. What can you take me to that day as to what happened? And yeah, and was that the start of the?
It's it started before that, but that was all really right before that happened. Sterling was one of them dudes, bro. Like with that shit with us in the Melph, nobody was getting touched. It was just knowing they would beefing. They came and shot at us. We went and walked in that project a couple of times or whatever, but nobody was really losing. You know what I'm saying? Just we shooting at each other, or whatever. So Sterling got to the point. We all us was in a circle one day, and he was. You could tell when he mad. He go to, you know, Sterling had an underbite to where his bottom sit out more, so he go to, like, he be chewing, you know, doing like that, just chewing on his gums or whatever. So who walked up? Somebody walked up to him like, bitch, what's wrong with you? And he like, man, he said, man, how the fuck we beefing? We ain't nobody getting killed yet. You know, so he like, man, anybody out the Melph come back here? He said, man, anybody. He said, they got to go. So once he made that, ain't nobody said, you know, that was that. He made that call, and so that's what it was, you know what I'm saying? So they had on him, and so happened to come back there. You know, he came, and he ain't had nothing to do with that. But, you know, you got to think of the mentality for you to be, you from the Melph. So just think if, see like Burger came back there, and he go back in the Melph, as soon as he get back in the project, them niggas come back there. Shoot, it look like you went told them. You know what I'm saying? So that's how Sterling was thinking or whatever. So they you know, they did what they did, and man, so bro, Doney bragged on that. Ooh, man, see, bro, there's another way I'm about to tell you how fucked up we was, bro. And I'm about doing it. After that, that's all he kept saying. Like, ain't nobody gonna top that. You know, like that was big, like that was a championship for him. Cause he like, ain't nobody gonna get nothing worse than that. And I don't want to get too much, you know, because I don't know how dude felt or whatever might feel, but that was a massacre, bro. That was like the worst one I ever seen, bro. You know, I'm talking about, like, say, bro, when they flipped him over, you know, he was face down. When they flipped him over, all of this was still there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that was around, you know, because when somebody get killed, everybody come outside there around. They flipped him over. Everybody broke out running. So it was that bad, bro. It was bad, bro. It was bad. That was the worst. Like I said, Doney brag about that. You know, because they was like, ain't none of y'all know I'll do that one. You know, but
I mean, like you said, it goes back to the mentality at the time, and shit. Probably y'all. I would just say like y'all. Somebody was like, shit, I'm gonna top it. I'll top it with the next one. I'll top it with the next one. Yeah.
But then with the same way when dudes get new guns or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's how you be, and it's fucked up. You know, now, you know, as an adult, you think like, you know, you thinking about it, but when dudes are getting new guns, everybody be like, I want to see who's gonna be the first one to catch somebody with this one or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that's how the younger dudes is. I know they're the same way. You know, they got all these new guns now, and everybody, you know, but it was fucked up, bro. That mentality, that shit crazy, bro. That shit crazy.
So speaking of Gangsta, right? He said he used to come through throwing money out the roof, out the sunroof, or whatever the case may be. But then I heard, I got a word that the money he used to throw out was fake. He was throwing out fake money, and somebody actually got locked. Somebody tried to use it and got locked up behind it. Do you remember like any like him throwing money out or somebody?
Listen, I was in jail when I heard he was doing that. Right. I saw pictures, you know, of the money coming out. I never heard about he was throwing no fake. Man, dog, let me tell you, bro. He a good-hearted dude. I ain't gonna lie. I say, bro, Gangsta, you know, for him, when he was hustling, you know, I was glad, you know, he was doing this thing. But Gangsta wanted him to do Gangsta, go hit a hustle and give everything away. That's just him. He ain't, you know how some dudes there hit a lick and he's like, well, I'm gonna keep this going. He'll be in, blew all the money, gave all. He done gave me coke a bunch of times. Where he done went hit something, and I come out like one morning I came out, he on the porch him and my mom. I know my mama beating him. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting on the porch. I come out, I'm like, man, what you do? Say I'm hustling. That crack thing, that wasn't his thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at my mom. I know she beating him. She helping them. She ain't helping me no more. She trying to send everybody to them. But I already know you whipping him. So he sit out there for a little while. I was in the circle. I'm trying to hustle. He had like, I think he gave me like 2.5 ounces or some shit like that. He went got it out the hallway. He come give it to me. I said, what happened? He said, man, I ain't got time for this shit. That nigga just left. He just left because he know, he gonna hit something else and he gonna run through that again. But that's just him, bro. He was good. He was free hearted with that shit. Like he could have been up. He could have been up.
I remember when we sat down the first time, and I asked you about him, and you said that you don't know how he came home or whatever the case may be, but you didn't want to see him die. You had enough love for him that you didn't want to see him die in jail. Because I guess, back in the day, he was y'all was real close. He was looking out for you. And I mean, that was something bold to say. Yeah. Especially back then. It was, it was a little weird back then as far as, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, are you with Gangsta? Are you not with Gangsta, et cetera, et cetera. That's how I felt. That's what the people were telling me.
When he got out?
Yeah, like when he came home. So, like, when I sat down with you, for you to say that, I mean, it meant a lot, I'm sure, to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I felt, bro. See, bro, dude, I had a lot of, I respect him. I had a lot of respect for dude then. Like I said, when I was in jail, every time I'd ask him for something, he sent it. I'm tight with his mom because every time she asked me for something for him, when the roles had reversed, I sent it. You know what I'm saying? But, first and foremost, dude was like a brother to me. Fuck how he got home. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? That was my dude. And I know one thing. If something had happened, on some street shit, and I'd have told him I needed to have something for me or anything, I know without a doubt, I know he'd have did it. Ain't no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I'm gonna feel how I feel. And I wouldn't want to see nobody I know die in jail. You know what I'm saying? But that's what that was about, bro. It wasn't about none of that. I wasn't even worrying about how he got home. And me and him, we didn't even talk about that when I went by the house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that shit. Ain't even matter.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he's still the same way. He'll still look out for me if I need him to, as far as like something on YouTube or whatever the case may be. At the time, like I said, I mentioned this a million times, how he got on live with me. That's how this whole thing started with my YouTube.
Right.
I ain't know him at all. Like he just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everybody was called. I had a few people call me asking like, that my uncle, was that my cousin? How I get on live with him? A couple people like video Wayne. Like, how'd you get that? I'm like, dog, I still don't know. I ain't even trying to like curve you now. I really don't know. He just got on live with me one day.
Right.
And
let me ask you something. I don't know, like, when you in the streets? Nah. Okay, well, just think about it, bro. Like, even speaking of the rat culture, the whole rat culture shit. I done heard dudes be like, and all it started because they was shitting on Gangsta or whatever. But like niggas would be like if their son rat or whatever. They'll stop fucking with him or with it. Man, that's your blood, bro. Like the streets like that important to you that you would just throw your son to the wolves. It's just like me, if I had a son and he was in the streets and he wound up getting caught on some shit and he tell on somebody, that's my son. That's still my son. But I don't approve of what you did at all. But you still my son. I'm not about to let nobody take my son's life, regardless of what he did. I'm not about to throw my son to the wolves because I feel like he violated or went against what I believe in. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me, for you to, you know what I'm saying? I saw a lot of them dudes say that shit. And I don't know if they be saying it because, like, thinking it make them look cool or make them look like they're more solid and all that. That shit, that's fake to me, man.
Yeah, I mean, but, like, I never been so happy not to be a street dude, especially nowadays, man. It's just the whole snitch thing, and then a lot of times they move the goalposts now, like, oh, they ain't really snitching and blah blah blah. Like, but I don't really even get into that. Like, it ain't my lane. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about the court system. I'd rather keep it that way.
That's good.
Yeah, the further away I am from that stuff is the better. That shit just anything nowadays. So, but I mean, I feel you though. I mean, you gonna stand with your people, right or wrong, basically.
Right.
And so. Somebody sent me this picture and wanted to know if you could name the person that's standing next to Disco. That's a picture with Logger Disco, Boobie Black.
That's Pissy Cory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Pissy Cory.
Oh, okay.
That's Pissy Cory. I took that picture.
Did you?
Yeah, I was out a lot of them pictures. I took a lot of them pictures. Cause that's a Boobie had just spray painted on the wall.
I see the Boobie right there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I took that picture. Yeah.
Oh, that's Pissy Cory right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So did you have a relationship with 10-4 Fat?
Yeah, me and Fat was cool. Me and Fat was cool. Mainly, I met Fat when we was in juvenile jail. Fat was ignorant. I met Fat when we was in juvenile jail. I had saw him slap the dude, and cause when we was in CYC, and the way it was, the ninth wall was so deep. We had to stick together with the 10th wall. It was us, some dudes from across the river. It was all of us against like the 9th wall. The 9th wall was deep in there. And Fad was one of them dudes. He always was a good fighting ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? And Fad was high-headed. And that's where I met Fad in juvenile jail. We been cool ever since, though we were never on the street too much together. But we was cool. We was cool ever since.
Okay. Was he someone that was real close with Doney as well?
Yeah, they was tight. They was tight. We was waiting on Fad to come home. When Fad was in jail, we used to be talking to the lawyer, the same lawyer I had, bitch sold me out. But we was waiting on Fad to come home because he was like, for whatever reason, he said he wasn't going back into St. Thomas. So him and Doney was talking. He like, man, you come back and you come fuck with us or whatever, blah blah blah. But Doney wind up, things happened. I went to jail and he wound up plugging with Wild and Wild got back out.
So I sat with someone on this platform and he shared a story about Fat. Where you were probably locked up at the time, as far as with Fat and Leonard Morgan, that situation, you was locked up.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
I heard a little bit about it. I ain't hear, like, I don't know what really happened.
Got you. Was Leonard Morgan someone that you knew personally?
We grew up together. He was staying in my coat, top down the coat when we were young.
Y'all was like the same age?
Yeah.
I've
been knowing Leonard all my life, man.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
his whole family, yeah. I know, yeah.
What type of dude was he? Because you hear all these stories.
See, bro, when I came home, when I got out of jail in '99, he already had made a name for himself. When we was younger, he wasn't like when we was doing. He wasn't like living like that then. But they say he had made a name for himself in the street, like.
And I heard Johnny Boo mention it on his platform a few times, telling stories about how he was kind of like a headache for the Doney boys. Leonard Morgan was, but maybe that was after your.
Yeah, it had to be when I left or whatever. But,
Got you. So I see you got that sweater on, the M line. Shout out to the M line. I see you like their personal model or something. every day. I mean, you got it on. Speak about that brand. And I see it all over the place too, man. It's beautiful.
You gotta go over there, man. But that's my dude. He like a little brother to me. I didn't know him. He knew me when we was on the streets or whatever. He done ran a few stories to me. He was young, but that's my dude, bro. I was rocking with him when he only had socks. Like I seen this dude do this shit from out the trunk of his car. You know what I'm saying? He had a Dodge. I think it was a Challenger, the black Dodge Challenger. He was selling. He really started off with socks, selling socks out the trunk. He had a couple of little shirts, and he had a hat, and he been networking, bro. I talked to him the other day, Monday, matter of fact. We was in the store, a couple of the football player dudes in there, and we always be running. He'll call me every now and then, like, if he want to talk about some shit, or I'll go pull up on him, we'll just be running. That's my dude like a little bro to me, man.
Yeah, I mean, I bought some gear too. I try to support. I like what he doing. Yeah. He got like he got the whole city behind him.
He do.
Yeah.
But he a genuine dude. And I've been telling them, being you, that's what worked for him. I'm saying? He a genuine dude. Like he ain't no dude got no hang-ups, no fucked up ways. He try to help everybody. And he be going through his little things, with people he consider family or whatever, talking about for his friends or whatever, trying to see who's who and what's what. But he a good dude. But dude like that, they gonna always win, bro. Right. They gonna always win, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like y'all cool, man. Tell them I'm trying to get invited to the next M-Line ball, man. What I gotta do?
Go? I
ain't heard nothing about it.
Man, the ball on the 22nd.
On the 22nd?
Yeah.
Shit, I'll be back. What's that, next weekend?
Man, look, I tell you what. I'll get your ticket, man. I'll get you a ticket.
I need to be up in there, man. That thing look fun.
Man, whenever you want to come, let me know, man. I got you on the ticket, man.
Say no more. Because he be having comedy shows and everything.
Yeah, he tried to put his hands in all kinds.
Yeah,
of
man.
He
I gotta
making moves, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I gotta get up in one of them situations. So I got a couple more questions I'm gonna ask, and someone wanted me to ask. So I was going back and forth with Gangsta about Cash Money No Limit, basically. To you, your personal opinion, who had a bigger influence in New Orleans?
No Limit. I mean, Cash Money. I'm tripping. Cash Money, man, bro. And I'm not saying that because I'm from the Magnolia. Cash Money, bro. Even though Slim was over there, Cash Money, bro. Cash Money is New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Not knocking P and them. None of them dudes over there, but the dudes out of Cali will tell you that. I'm more than sure. Most of them, majority, they'll say Cash Money, bro. They'll say Cash Money. Everybody roll around bumping BG and even back when Yellow Boy and them was, what I'm saying, UNLV. Cash Money, man, about fun.
Did you listen to No Limit?
I ain't listen to Silk. I listen,
Well, what's wrong with Silk? Don't come on, man. You want him to say he ain't never catch the beat?
Nah.
I think now that we older, if you listen back,
nah.
No bullshit. Yeah, man. I think he was underrated, man. I think people thought he wasn't on beat, but he was like on beat to me.
I don't even care about him being on beat, bro. I just felt like he can't rap.
Oh, okay.
That's just me, and I think you just saying you probably about to interview him next or something.
Nah. I wish. Nah, I can't get no Silk. Nah, I'm dead serious, man. I thought he was decent though. And then when you get older, like I said, back then that's all people used to talk about how he could never catch the beat. I'm like, man.
You serious?
I'm dead serious. I think he alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was going platinum for what it's worth.
Man, that shit don't mean nothing.
No. That's back when it was hard copies too. It ain't the streams. You had to go out and cop that. So he's going platinum back in the 90s.
I listened to a few of the No Limit. I always did like Mia X. Fiend. I'm a big Fiend fan.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I ain't Cash Money all day.
Okay. So a couple of people that hold it down for the old side Magnolia. I know that's where you originally started out.
Yeah.
The Magnolia Twins. Did you have a relationship with them, or do you remember being around them coming up?
We never hung around each other because they hung on their side of the project. I hung in the TC and then on the new side. But we good. We always been good. We talk to each other. The date. Every night I call. As a matter of fact, to tell them the date for the ball and all that. You know what I'm saying? But me and the Twin, we good. I never had no issue with them dudes. We always been good. Always had mutual respect for each other.
For sure, they was on the platform before too. Shout out to the Twins, man. Them some good dudes.
I still can't tell them dudes apart.
Yeah, nah.
You can't?
Nah. Shit. Man, they dress alike too, so it's over with. There's some good dudes though. They pulled out when I was out in Houston. They did, and the funny thing is they so in sync being twins. They sat down. And they got up at this because they was both strapped. I'm gonna just say it. It's cool. They was both strapped. They both sat down, got up, and had to take their gun out and then put it to at the same time. Like, these dudes is really in sync as twins.
And look, when they called me, I don't know which one I be talking to.
Yeah,
I got both of them saved as twins. I don't know who I'm talking to.
There's some good dudes, man. So speaking of rappers, though, why do you think New Orleans consider Solja Slim the Tupac of New Orleans?
Because he spoke for the streets. Slim, if you listen to Slim wasn't no lyricist as far as spitting bars or none of that. Slim raps was all street, you know what I'm saying? If you listen to Slim, you gonna relate. Or you gonna know what he talking about. But Slim touched the streets, bro, the same way BG did after Slim, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Slim touched the streets, bro.
So BG was someone that the streets was listened to back in the 90s.
It was Slim first.
Okay.
And then, BG came along and then, everybody messed with BG hard.
Got you. You had the 4 original Hot Boys but everybody it was just like the term back then.
Yeah.
And would you say that Minyard was one of the Hot Boys?
Yeah.
I know Stone name dropped him on a song. What was your relationship with Minyard?
Me and Minyard, that's my family. Me and Minyard, we still talk all the time. And every time he ain't out as much. Minyard was always kind of distant. You know what I'm saying? You don't see him in too many pictures, even when we was going out. He one of them ones. He gonna put in his work. You know what I'm saying? But that was my dude. Look, we had a situation one time. They had a police strike, and we went to go handle something. Cause like we know the police on strike, so we like, man, this a good time to do what we about to go do.
Mm-hmm.
But we so we go do what we doing. When we come out, now it was me, Pissy Cory, and Duck and Pissy Cory rode with me, and we in a caravan. It was Minyard, Claudia B, and Claudia B there, and the dude. Listen, he rode with them. So it's like everybody know. You can't leave until whoever rode with you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Man, we go do what we did. So me, Pissy Cory, and Duck, we jump in the van. When we come out, a police sitting in a truck in the fucking parking lot where we had parked at. So when we see him, ain't nobody really panic or nothing. No, we good. We got all these, we got all these guns and shit. We jump in the van. I pull off. When I get to the corner, I'm thinking they gone because they truck that him and us and Claudia was like close where the police truck was at. So I'm thinking they done left already. So when I get to the corner, I hear somebody say, that's him. He still do that till this day. They say, man, that's Minyard. I'm supposed to be gone. I'm thinking you gone. I couldn't leave him though. I backed up, bagged the van up. Now the police still sitting right there. I bagged the van. They got the lights on, sirens blaring and everything. But in our mind, where the fuck you coming? Y'all supposed to be on strike. What you doing at work? You know what I'm saying? I bagged the van up. Me and y'all come jump. And then if it was like how it is now, me and y'all to be dead. And me and him always talk about that. Because he come out, he got 2 pumps in his hand. He come out, he run, he got 2 pumps in his hand in the air. Then when he holler, then when I look back and they say, man, that's me, y'all. I backed up, he jumped in the van, we pull off. When I pull off, the police filing, I'm in the fucking caravan, bro. The police filing us. And as we trying to get to the project, we on like by in the 17th, we trying to get to the project. Duck, he keep on hollering, man, let's jump out and run, man. I'm like, man, be cool. I just need to get to the project and be good. So this how I lost the police, and I'm not about to act like I'm no evil because it was an accident. I'm driving, and I went through a dead end. I went up the street on purpose, but the dead end take you straight into somebody's yard. So I'm just driving. I pull in the fucking yard, and I went on the side of the people's house in the van. The truck couldn't get through, so they had to back up. But we had the loss. I'm going up the street. We made it to the project, bro. We got to the project. The van was on rims. That bitch on. We see the fire coming as we go on the street. They got fire shooting from up under this bitch and everything. We pull in the project, and we got the dude, motorbike Mike, told him go. He went pull some gas in the van, set it on fire and shit, and that was that. Man.
So what you say you think he had been dead because he had the 2 guns out?
Yeah.
The cop was right there.
They was right there. They right now. You know how it is now.
Right.
They gonna take advantage. That's a free kill for them. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we talk about that all the time. A lot of the stuff, bro. A lot of us supposed to be in prison, bro, like forever. You know what I'm saying?
But would you say like that era was just different though? Like y'all moved. It was just like a free for all. It felt like the way y'all be explaining it.
It was, bro. And then they had no cameras nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So that it was easier. That's why when I be hearing Gangsta talk about, I know I was there. You know what I'm saying? And it was much easier back then. You know what I'm saying? They had no cameras, nowhere. You ain't got to worry about none of that being on camera, none of that. That's why it was so high. That's why I say these dudes different these days. Because the numbers still up there, even with the cameras everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
But I mean, I know y'all mentioned back in the day, y'all didn't even wear a mask or nothing.
Yeah.
It's just like I had no care. It's just like, I don't know, maybe the government just wanted y'all to kill each other. I don't want to get no conspiracy bag, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's probably what it is, bro.
Yeah, it's just like y'all didn't care, like, and y'all wasn't getting arrested for it for the most part.
And if you did, like I said, you going 60 days. Probably 60 to 90 days, you gonna come home and let somebody. In certain like groups of dudes, people know, you can't go to court because you already know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It was different, bro. Time was different. I'm done my interview as OJB. He cut me off. And a lot more to say. He told me that's enough. But y'all follow me on Instagram. Skibu _ the author. SKIBU _ the author. Y'all fuck with your boy.
And yeah, look out, man. Skipa gonna have a YouTube channel coming real soon.
Yeah.
So y'all look out for that as well, as well as an Instagram page to the YouTube. He gonna have the whole 9. So y'all support that, man. Good dude right here. He always give y'all the best stories. But yeah, it's JB from Truth Be Told. My dog Skipa, man. Another classic.